Luis, from your perspective, how was that 45 minutes from your...
The first 45 minutes?
First 45 minutes.
Let's call it what it is. It was a beatdown. LA showed us how to play soccer. They showed us what an inspired team looks like. I mean, they need the result just as bad as we did. I mean, at the end of the day, I almost feel a little embarrassed just by my own performance, by our team's performance, our entire disposition towards that first half. Apologize to anyone who had to pay to watch that. Apologize to our season ticket holders. That's just not the type of performance that we should ever put on display when we're at Red Bull Arena.
How did that come about? I mean, how did the team drop like that?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it will be discussed at length tomorrow and the next couple of days. But at the end of the day, we're over a third of the way into the season now, and maybe the first few games or first few losses, we said, okay, you know, the results, let's not focus on that too much. It's about the performance. But because of where we're at in the season now, both matter. The performance and the results, and today both were lacking.
What happened on the first goal? It just, the free kick was taken, it just bounced right in front of you and went in. Just was it misplayed it? Was someone blocking your sight? What happened on that first one?
Have you seen it? Yeah. So Alessandrini plays a dangerous ball, and Van Dam makes a good run. And when he was cutting across, I saw him coming across, and I thought 100% he was going to touch this. And he just dummied it. So at that point, it caused me to freeze for even just a half second. But, you know, he's probably 4 yards away from me. He's definitely inside the 6. So it's one of those things where if he touches it, then I have to react. But I also had to be mindful that if it goes by, then I have to make the save. And even for that half second where I froze, that was enough for it to get by me.
You've been through difficulties with this team in the past, slow starts, I should say. What's the difference between this year and, let's say, 2014 or 2016?
It's a good question. It wasn't just 2014, actually. It was 2013 as well when we won the Supporters' Shield. We had that rough start where we were on the road a lot and we were dropping results. Then, of course, 14, it wasn't just the beginning. It was actually the entire season until the last 9 games, 10 games maybe, where we really struggled to figure out who we wanted to be as a team. And then we put it together the last third of the season and salvaged it and went all the way to the conference final. Last year, when we were 1-6, there just was this belief within us that we were getting a little unlucky because we felt like we were putting good performances. We weren't getting goals. We were giving up easy. We were leaking goals. But we knew within the locker room, not only did we have quality and character, that we'd get through this hump, and eventually we did. So at this point, I think it's a little too early to answer your question. But I do know that this week, especially after this result, it's a real gut check. And we're going to have to look deep within to figure out who we want to be as a team, but really have a better understanding of what we're trying to accomplish here.
The fact that it's Toronto coming in this week as opposed to another team, the fact that they were in a roll, does that help you? Will help you refocus for this game?
We have to, right? Eastern Conference team, they're on fire. They've really set the standard. Last year and this year, they went to the final last year, and this year they've done really well. We know it's going to be a tough task. But look, even just to reference the last question, the first thing that comes to my mind is the character of the guys in this locker room. I think I would be in a lot more desperate situation if I didn't know that we had quality, not only in the guys, with the spirit to continue to fight and persevere, but then to be on the field. If we didn't have quality in the field, then we're hopeless. But I don't think that's the case. So when we look at Toronto, we know that we're going up against a good team. But but if we can learn from our mistakes today and come out with the right start, then I don't care who we play. I know that we can play with the best and that we can be one of the best teams in this league. But for us to start the way that we did today is really getting behind the 8 ball. And if we do that against Toronto, it's going to be very difficult.
Thanks, Luis.
No problem.